how's it going? So today's video is going to be of this mandala sphere or mandala ball. This is a 2-inch wooden ball. They come like this. I bought mine in a 4-pack from Hobby Lobby, and it was Woodpile Fun is the brand, and I got 4 for $4 and some change. So pretty good deal. And I used 4 colors on this one. I used Anita's white metallic paint. I used Anita's blue Lagoon metallic paint. I'm going to give some credit to Anita's paint here. It's great. If you haven't tried it, I do highly suggest it. Very inexpensive, surprisingly, and it's really good. I love it. I also used Folk Art Antique Copper. This is an enamel paint. I used Folk Art Metallic Amethyst. This particular metallic paint is real snappy to me and can be hard to work with. So I tamed it down with Apple Barrel Indoor Outdoor Gloss. This is deep purple, and I just mix the two up, and it just helps it behave a little better for you. Okay, so this video doesn't have the first 3 rows or so, like right there. I dropped it. And it was a disaster, and I had to laugh to keep from crying. It was awful, but these things are really fun, so I definitely suggest giving them a shot. So I will go on and just explain to you how to do the first couple rows here. I used a 9mm crochet hook for the first dot there, and I used that copper for that one. And then I used my very smallest nail stylist dotting tools. I use that for the white. I go in a crisscross, and then I go 3 in between. 1, 2, 3 in between the crisscross dots, and then again 1, 2, 3 all the way around. And then I use the next size up. You know, we need to come up with some kind of better description for the different sizes of nail stylist tools, because I can say the largest and I can say the smallest, but there's like 2 or 3 sizes in between there, so maybe we'll number them or something to better be able to describe them. If you have any suggestions for me for that, feel free to leave it in the comments, and we'll figure out a way to describe those a little better. Anyway, next size up was the blue, and I go right between the 2 white dots and on the outside, and then again right between the 2 white dots and on the outside, and go all the way around. And then I took the next size up and did it with purple, so I go right between the blue 2 dots on the outside of it, purple, again 2 dots, purple all the way around. And then for the copper row, I use my largest nail stylist dotting tool, and I go right between 2 purple dots and on the outside. Same thing all the way around. Okay. And then I move to the white here. I go right between 2 copper dots on the outside, and I go and I do it all the way around with my very smallest wooden dowel. I'm going to call this about a 3.5mm is what the size would be. Now there was a gap in between those, and I wasn't I wasn't okay with just leaving it blank in between there, so I went on and took a sewing needle, and on my largest nail stylist dotting tool, there was nothing on the other end, so I put in a sewing needle, and that just helps get the really teeny tiny dots. So I would suggest trying something like that. You could use a cork or something to shove a sewing needle into. If you're really looking for tiny dots, it's a good little way to get them. But I put a little teeny tiny dot right in between each of the white all the way around there. And the rest of that is on video, so you'll see the rest of this. I did want to talk about two other things real quick. Sealer, what I use for seal, and I get a lot of people asking me what I use. I like this Minwax water-based polyacrylic protective finish. I get it in clear gloss. You can get it in semi-gloss, and you can get it in matte, I believe, also. I just prefer the gloss, but this product seems to work very well with covering acrylic paints, so I would suggest that. And the other thing was my Facebook Mandala sharing page. It's absolutely awesome. I love it. It's so fun. There's people from all over the world on there, and thanks to Melanie, she's my girl. Find her on Instagram, Melanie's Rocks. She's awesome. She's my girl. She helped me start up that page, and it's just a page where we all get on and share our art and give tips and just discuss mandalas. So if you're into that kind of thing and you have a Facebook, I would totally suggest you get on and check that page out. I will put a link in the description. It's Elle May's Mandala Sharing. But anyway, oh, I did make one more ball so far, sphere. And I have the full tutorial on this one. That'll be my next video. So watch out for that one. But if you're ready to watch the rest of this, then keep watching. Okay, here are the supplies that I used. Just wanted to give you a picture of those real quick. And it looks like I did the blue row also. Both the blue row and the purple row here are both done with the size, it's the very smallest of the crochet hooks that I have for the Susan Bates, and it's a size 3.75 millimeter. So I just alternate the colors here. So I go copper, white, blue, purple, copper, white, blue, purple, over and over. Here I'm taking a sewing needle and I'm going to dot right in between the purple dots with the same purple. And then I dot right in between the blue dots with the same blue, also using the sewing needle. And there's how it's looking so far. Okay, this is a 4 millimeter crochet hook, and I'm using copper, and I'm going right between the purple, right where the little tiny dot is. I'm going to go right next to that, all the way around the ball. Okay, so I'm just going to go right around the copper, each copper dot with the sewing needle, and I'm just using the white, and I dot right on the very outer edge in the center, and then I walk down one side, and then I dot the same middle dot again, and then I walk down the other side. And I do this all the way around the ball. Yeah, I always go back and forth with myself when I'm editing these videos, and I always wonder if I should leave all of this in or if I should edit some of this out, because you get the idea. So I cut a little bit out, but it's the same thing there. But maybe you just like to watch the dotting, and in that case, then I will just leave it in. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I really would like to know. Alright, I'm putting a second row of little white dots right around the first row, just the same order that I did the last one. And again, I go all the way around. Almost gives it like a little lace look. You know, it was really hard to video record this, because that angle is away from me. So the angle towards the camera is actually away from me. So I was kind of bending over to try to see what I was doing here. It seemed to work out alright, I guess. Okay. Okay. And I number my crochet hooks. If you're wondering why there's a 3 on there, that's just for myself to reference as I'm grabbing. This is a 5mm crochet hook. And I'm using the blue. And I'm going right in between each of the little divots there, the little bridges. And I just dot it and go all the way around the whole ball. This is my first attempt at one of these, so this is by no means perfect, but I figured I'd share. Okay, I'm taking my, I think it's just a medium-sized nail stylist dotting tool, and I'm putting a smaller blue dot in between each of the larger blue dots there, all the way around. Just kind of fill in the blank space. Now, you may not want to do that, and that would be just as well. In those skinnier spots, I switched over to a smaller dotter. Alright, this is purple, and I'm just going to go right underneath the smaller blue dots there in between. And this is a 5.5mm crochet hook. Now this is the largest area of the ball. So this is the largest dotting tool that I'll use on this particular ball. Alright, now I'm using a 5mm, but going back down in size. This is copper. Sorry about the angle. It was difficult to see, but I'm just going on the in between each of the purple on the outside there, working my way back down the sphere. And those are 5mm. Alright, this is a 4mm, and I'm going back with white. Right in between each of the copper dots. Now this is the smallest stylus, and I'm going to be going around with blue around each of the white dots there. Starting at the top, in between the copper, and then walking down one side, redot that top dot, and then walk down the other side. Also, let me know if I speed up the video too much for your liking. I want to know, I want to know what you want to see. Okay, and now I'm going to go right in between each of the purple dots, and I'm going to make 2 little dots just to fill up that area. And I am using my medium-sized nail stylus. Okay, I'm going with 3.75 millimeter crochet hook, and I'm putting a purple dot right underneath the white dots all the way around. So I'm not offsetting them, I'm just putting them directly under or next to, however you want to see that. Oh, there's a couple angle issues here. Okay, so going with my smallest wooden dowel, I'd say about 3.5mm copper dots right in between, see, is it in between? The purple dots there, all the way around. It's kind of hard to see, I apologize. Alright, at this point I went on and wanted to just go on and mark my center. So I got an 11.5mm crochet hook, and I'm going to dot the center to the best of my abilities there, just eyeballing it. And that's just with white. And this is my largest nail stylist dotting tool, and I'm going with white, and I'm going to go right in between each of the copper dots there, moving towards that white dot, all the way around. And this is a medium stylus, one of the medium stylus tools, and I'm using blue, and I'm setting a blue dot right in between the whites there, right in each of the divots. I wanted to smooth out that bump, so I just took one of the styluses and just swirled it around that big white dollop of white paint there. I'm taking my very smallest nail stylus, and I'm going to make 3 white dots walking down in size in between each of the purple dots there, on that last row of purple dots towards the white center. And then lastly, I wait for that white to dry. You always want to make sure your paint is good and dry before you try to top it with any kind of other dot or color. And I do put a 8mm copper dot right on the white dot there at the end. And that is it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll have a new one coming up very soon. Thanks for watching.